What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Tuesday edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Hope y'all are having a good one, making the most of it. Maybe getting some family time, maybe getting some exercise time, maybe just catching up on a lot of old AFR and 1045 ESPN content. But we just appreciate you for sticking with us during all this, man. No, a lot of people, it's a tough time. So, but thank you for hanging with us and continuing to watch our shows and listen to us and consume all of our stuff. So, hey, babe, is he awake? Okay. You need me? Okay. All right, we'll say some good mornings here. As always, let me share the post. As always, if you share the post, huge help. Share the YouTube post as well. Boop. All right, so man, Saints continue to be super active. Someone asked me last night. We did a little YouTube live video last night. Someone asked me if I thought the Saints were done in free agency. Absolutely not. I mean, this is kind of the way that they go. Is they'll make that one big pop right out the gate, and then they'll wait for the market to settle, and then in that second and third wave is when they'll start to figure everything else out. So, of course, Jenkins was the first big move they made initially. Basically, had to make a decision on Von Bell, decided to save some cash there, brought in Malcolm Jenkins, and look at what's gone. Yesterday, they restructured Janoris Jenkins, which was to be expected. So that'll be a little bit of a cap saving move. And then they also re-signed Noah Spence, who's a defensive end, outside linebacker, and pass rusher. Noah Spence started his college career at Ohio State, got kicked out. I believe he went to Eastern Kentucky, I think is where he finished. And when he was coming into the draft, Sean Payton loved Noah Spence. And they didn't get him, but last year when Marcus Davenport suffered a season-ending injury, they signed Spence in December, but he was never active for a game. So be curious to see if Spence might be able to get some playing time this year. All right, let's say some good mornings here. Jeremy Aldridge, Matt Anderson, Kirk Taylor, Adam Pasqua. Hey, Dad, good morning. Brandon Atchison, Brandon Durr, Nicole Havard, Kirk Taylor. Olympics are canceled. Are they canceled or are they postponed? Because I know the IOC was feeling a lot of pressure. We talked about it on Monday's AFR, but they were talking about postponing to 2021. That was the word as of last night, was postponed to 2021. IOC president agrees to postpone the game. So not gonna cancel the Olympics, but they're going to be postponed, which is the right move. I mean, if you think about it realistically, you're looking at a situation where the opening ceremonies are in July, and most of the Olympic qualifying happens the month before. Well, we're almost to April. If athletes can't train, how in the world can you be ready for the Olympic trials if you're under quarantine, let's say for another month or whatever? Let's hope it's not that long, but what if it is? It's the uncertainty about it. These federations need to make their determination about what they're going to do with their athletes. So it's the right decision. I mean, at this point, considering the nature of the world and how everyone's reacting to COVID-19, I mean, it would, at this point, it would be unreasonable to expect athletes to be ready to go through qualifying in a month. So it's the right decision. Bubba Tatum, good morning. Boyer, Doris, what's up, Boyer? Good morning, man. Kirk Taylor, Jeff McKiffin, Michael Costello, Andrew Baer, Chris Keller, Stephen Miller, what's up, dude? Good morning. Keith Duplessis, Brian and Andy Penn, good morning from Indianapolis, headed to Aden, Minnesota. Where is Aden, Minnesota? I spent, so my sophomore year of college, this summer, I spent in Minnesota doing a sales gig, sold books door to door in rural Minnesota for the Southwestern Company. And but man, if you basically draw a line at the Twin Cities, everything below that was our territory. And man, I had certain counties, and boy, I tell you what, that was a grind of a summer. But I got to see all of Minnesota, basically south of the Twin Cities. And it's funny they call Minnesota the land of 10,000 lakes. I didn't see no lakes. And they're all like north of the Twin Cities, but most of where I was just farm. I mean, it was corn and beans farms. I mean, that's all it was. It was more like northern Iowa. Let's see. Ronnie Duga, what's up, man? Good morning. Matt Brownell, good morning. Gavin Blanchard, Charlie Cavell, Matt Gudo, Michael Moscona, what's up, cuz? Casey Smith, Lowell Cormier. Let's see, Lowell, is Cushenberry projected to be a guard or center in the draft? Oh, he's a center, man. And, and I think that's also, Lowell, where it's a good question. But I'll tell you, I think when you are a versatile lineman that can cross train, I think that's one of the reasons that made Will Clapp really an attractive draft prospect because he played both guard and center. He could play three positions. And I think Cushenberry could play three positions, but he's a center. And he might be the highest graded center in this draft. And if you remember, Eric McCoy last year, the Saints took Eric McCoy in round two as a center. So if you get a really elite center that you can plug in the middle of your line and he can be that guy for 8 to 10 years, there's a ton of value in that, especially if you can get him early in the draft on a rookie deal. But yeah, no center. Let's see. Michael Castello. Let's see. Ronnie, good morning. Found your show and the Q&A last night on YouTube, but don't see OTB. Are they streaming there? So, right now, so good question. Thank you, Ronnie. So, right now, Hester and AFR are going to be live streaming on YouTube, on the 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel. Now, here's the caveat. It's a studio cam. So if you're used to watching us on CST or on our Watch app with all the different cameras and the graphics, it's not that. It's going to be just a camera mounted, but it's live throughout. So if you want to see all the stuff in the breaks, it stays live in the break. So that's what that is now. Eventually, what is in the studio, the cameras, the graphics, like what you normally see on CST and everything, that will be on YouTube Live eventually for all the shows. But this was one of those things where it's like, quite honestly, viewership. This will surprise some people, but when I tell you, it'll make sense. Amid the COVID-19 shutdown, viewership is up 60%. It makes sense, right? I mean, everybody's at home. You're on your TV, you're on your phone, you're on your tablet. Like, fewer people are in their cars driving around in like drive time traffic, but people are watching. So people are viewing content. So our whole thing is, man, let's give you the option to watch whatever, however, whenever sort of thing. And as I mentioned, like our strategy is going to be moving all of our video to YouTube Live from our Watch app. But that's a process that we were planning on implementing in the summer. And what we're doing now with the studio cam is just a fast track to get people to say, hey, look, you want this? Here it is. Here's another thing to watch because that's where people are right now. So we want to be wherever y'all are. Brandon English, good morning. Matt finally made it home after 14 days at work. My goodness. Go and enjoy a nice pour tonight. Good on you, man. 14 days. What do you do, Brandon? I know we met before. I don't think I ever asked you what you do. My goodness, though. 14 days at work. Offshore, I guess, maybe? Welcome home, man. Enjoy it. Bo Major, what's up? Jackie Caruso, Brian Wynn. Holler at my people over here on YouTube. Jay-Z Bratton, good morning. Trivia Carter, what's up? Let's see. JC said, good morning from Denver. How about that? Spence, the speed guy. Mike Detillier liked him out of the draft. Yeah, JC, I'll tell you, Mike liked Spence because he knew Sean Payton liked Spence. Not that Mike didn't like him, but I'm just telling you, like, Mike's take was from a position of knowing, right? Josh Giraldo, what's up? Is Queen an option for the Saints? If Patrick Queen's, I've said this a million times, if Patrick Queen's on the board at 24, I take him without hesitation. Now, I don't know if the Saints front office, has a higher grade on Patrick Queen or Kenneth Murray from Oklahoma, but they're similar players, and if either one of those guys is available at 24, I'd take him in a heartbeat. I mean, considering Klein walked in free agency, Alonzo and Anzalone are both coming off of injury. Demario Davis is spectacular, but really he's the only sure thing you got back at linebacker. You if there's a backer there at 24, Queen or Murray, yeah, I'm in. Take him. Let's see. Let's see. Kirk, Omaha hosts the swim trials. They won't have them this year, I know. That's on top of the CWS 200 million. Now, I saw the CWS was going to be about a $60 million loss was the estimate for Omaha. The Olympic trials are another 140 million in revenue. I find that hard to believe. I could be wrong. I mean, I don't know, but maybe so with hotels and restaurants and all that sort of stuff. I looked it up yesterday when the news kind of started percolating a little bit that the Olympics might be postponed. There's an estimate that that's a $6 billion loss for Japan. Now, there's some debate over that because the construction revenue, so like you go through this years-long process, right? You get the bid like 8 years in advance or whatever it is. And so then you've got all that time to plan. So you build Olympic facilities and all that construction is it's finished. So it's already reflected in Japan's GDP. So that's not a loss, right? They've already experienced the benefit of that. But the tourism dollars that would have come in from flights and hotels and restaurants and just the economy of bringing millions of people into your country for that event, they estimate that about a $6 billion loss. Joe Ritchie, good morning from the Gulf of Mexico. Good morning, Joe. Be safe out there, man. Brandon, how about Al Woods? Did you see that, man? Al Woods signed with Jacksonville, if I'm not mistaken. He was with Seattle, just signed with Jacksonville. Think about Al Woods, man. Al Woods, when he was coming out of, was it Elton or Eaton, whatever it is, big 5-star defensive lineman, similar to Chris Davenport. Guys that were just giant defensive linemen playing at small school football, and when they got up against, college caliber linemen, they struggled. They couldn't just toss kids aside anymore. And the Saints used a 4th round pick on Al Woods, betting on his potential, and it didn't manifest. But boy, has it come together for him in the NFL. I mean, he's hung around the league for almost a decade now. So good for Al Woods, man, for sure. So Barkevius Mingo signed with the Chicago Bears. Mingo I looked this up yesterday, Mingo made $16 million on his rookie contract. And since then, he's made about another 10. So you're talking about a guy that's made about $26 million during his NFL career. Good on him for that. But yeah, Mingo, Al Woods, guys still hanging on, man. Let's see. Suburb of Minneapolis, got it. Preston Landry, Eric Ingeman, what's up, Eric? Dale Broussard, what did you put in that smoothie this morning? So Dale, I did, you'll be happy to know, I re-recorded my smoothie video. So got it right here. It's edited. It's downloaded on my phone. I just have to post it. So as soon as we finish here, I'll post my smoothie video for you on my YouTube channel, on the Matt Scone YouTube channel. So where you all are watching right there. Kirk Taylor, possibly some Ask E-Rock. All right. Hey, babe, you want to do Ask E-Rock? I think she's never making coffee. I'll ask her. Annie Van Kerkhove, Halpin, good morning. Or good morning. Joe Ed Kettner, Bruce Parker, Brady Beacom, good morning, y'all. See, Bubba was watching the studio cam while I worked yesterday. Saw the pit crew change set. 2 questions. 1, why do you let T-Bob clean up after himself? Doesn't that defeat the purpose? 2, do you burn and share daily? They were asking if you want to do Ask E-Rock. You don't have to. It's fine.
Right now?
Whenever. Yeah, so you can take your time. Dylan Landry, good morning. Yeah, so that's one of the cool things. If you're interested, watch. So at 2:55, Hester's show ends. It's actually 2:55:50. We operate on the second hand matters in radio and all media. But so at 2:55:50, Hester goes off. At 3 o'clock, my show starts. Sports Center starts at 3, and it's a 90-second Sports Center. So the AFR Open hits at 3:01:30. So from 2:55:50, we've got 5 minutes and 40 seconds to get Hester out, change the set, the side panels, all the screens, the bats, all the stuff on the desk, getting me set up and ready to roll. And so I think what I'm gonna do is maybe do like a time lapse of that. I'm gonna go grab it, do a time lapse, and push it out today so you can see kind of how that all goes. But yeah, T-Bob was in yesterday with Hester. So I think he's in with Hester all this week because they're limiting. Normally Hester has a different co-host every week or every day, but they're limiting the number of people in the building. So I think T-Bob's coming back each day this week to do the show with, or at least, or maybe it'll be Gordy, but at least it was T-Bob yesterday. Stephen Miller. We as viewers and listeners of 104.5 are definitely fortunate. What do you think about the 104.5 bracket? So, for those that don't know, a listener created a 104.5 ESPN personalities bracket. So it's like me and Jordy and Hanny and Odd and T-Bob and Hunt and Terrio and Flynn and Richard Dixon and Hester. I think he said Hester. Yeah, fine. And then Musso and Rivers and Madison Gilmore and I think I said anyway. It's fun and all is fine, but it's an OTB bracket challenge on the OTB Twitter account, promoted on air by OTB, and their audience hates me. So like yesterday, you had Jordy won like 90% of his vote, T-Bob 90% of his vote, Rivers 85% of her vote, and then I was in a dogfight with Madison Gilmore, the producer for Hester, because the off the pitch people hate me. So anyway, and so someone asked me, I said that on Twitter, and then Rivers was like, "That's it's off the bench poll, it's an off the bench Twitter, it's an off the bench, it's promoted off the bench, like it's not going to go well for your boy," which is fine, but have fun with it. Let's see, Ronnie Dugas, but Ricky Compton, who did the bracket, also did the digital doodles. Those look awesome. The matchup, it kind of looks like a comic book sketches. It looks really cool. Let's see, Ronnie Dugas, just Hester and AFR, no OTB yet. I'm normally not home and was looking. Right, so I actually don't know why. It might be because they don't have someone in studio to monitor because there's a separate camera feed device all dedicated to the YouTube channel. Maybe I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't know why it's not on OTB. But Hester and AFR are. Let's see. Brandon English finally got to finish watching Whiskey and Wine. It was epic. Loved it. I saw your surprise when Jordy said Emery would become the lead back this year. What do you think? Ty Davis Price. They loved him last year, and maybe Emery, maybe the LASIK will help Emery. Emery had he got the LASIK, but they found out he had like a wandering eye, and that might have been part of the reason why he couldn't catch and was fumbling. But he's explosive, no doubt. But I think Ty Davis Price has already proven that he's a durable back. He's a between the tackles runner. He's got some giddy up, some breakaway speed. Maybe Emery will be that dude. I think they'll both do really well in tandem. Rusty McCullough at the office, switching to YouTube Live. Let me jump over to YouTube. There we go. Josh, haven't had a chance to catch up on content. What's the Cliff Notes, your thoughts on Emmanuel Sanders? So, if you get a chance, Josh, watch the video I posted about Sanders, but I love it. 33 years old, still can blow the top off of defense, got him at an affordable price, 2 years, $16 million. Incentivized, could get him up to $19 million. He had 66 catches for just under 900 yards last year. That would have been more than double what the Saints' second receiver a year ago, Ted Ginn, had 30 catches. Great locker room guy. Sean Payton thinks the world of him. I think it allows you to go into the draft not needing to spend a high pick on receiver. So I love it. True. I'll get to the Ask E-Rock trophy when she comes in. Let's see. Plant-based Drew. Bonan Matinan means good morning in Esperanto. So Bonanetian. Amen. I hope I'm saying that right. Thank you. Appreciate the greeting, man. Eric Ingeman, they're probably counting TV exposure onto that swimming trials number for them all. Maybe so. That's true, Eric. And Eric would know. That's a good point. The collective ad revenue, whatever you would say, the ad equivalent exposure sort of thing. Yeah, that makes sense. Mark Populus, good morning. Kenny Davis, Julio Mendez, what's up, Julio? Good morning, man. Luis Salamad, Charlie Cavell, he added some whistle pig. Who added some whistle pig? He added some whistle pig. Oh, to my smoothie. Oh, yeah. That would not be good. Bourbon in that smoothie would not be good. And that's actually a rye, but nonetheless. Kelly Presley, good morning. Dane Sylvester, Charlie Cavell, Dixie Ann Fontenot, good morning. Kevin Boudreaux, morning from Sulphur. Kirk Taylor, Richard Condon will win that bracket. You know, Kirk, look, here's the reality of something like that. Like, different platforms behave differently. Like, you can even see just on here with Facebook and with YouTube, like, the Facebook audience has been sort of like a really friendly audience. And not to say that YouTube hasn't been, don't misunderstand me, but like there's been some like contentious people who've jumped into YouTube. And even Erica one time was like, I don't know about YouTube. And like, because there's different demographics, people behave differently on different platforms. Like if you go to LinkedIn, it's going to be more buttoned up because it's more of a professional site. If you go to Instagram, it can be a little loose in the collar, can see party photos, people having fun. Twitter tends to be more contentious because Twitter by nature is an interactive site. It's meant for people to interact. It's not post and consume, it's post and comment and interact. So different platforms behave differently. So, and they're also different demographics. So to your point about Condon, like Condon's core demo, because Condon's 60 and he's been around a long time and a lot of people have grown up with him over 30 years, his core demo is probably on Facebook. So if you did a Facebook poll, like on the Eagle 98.1 page, Condon would kill it. On Twitter, probably not so much because it's just a younger demographic that he hasn't really been exposed to, especially on the OTB page. Let's see. LSU, Terrell Weil, good morning. Nancy Vogt, good morning. Flynn Foster, what's up, Flynn? The boss man. Flynn enjoyed whiskey and wine as well, as I understand. Drew Hurst, good morning. Flynn, stick around because E-Rock is coming to do some morning scone. To do some Ask E-Rock, and you will appreciate this if you have the time. I don't know if you've caught Ask E-Rock before, but you'll appreciate it. Pat Huseman, good morning. Michael Castello, liked your take on Winston. Thank you. Really think the LASIK will help him, and if the Saints can get him at a reasonable price, why not go get him? That's all I'm saying. I think so many people, Michael, had the knee-jerk reaction. So for those that missed it, I basically made the case why I think the Saints should go sign Jameis Winston as a backup, not as an heir apparent to Drew Brees, but as a backup for this season to fill essentially the same role that Teddy Bridgewater did last year. And a lot of people just had their knee-jerk and made their crab leg jokes and were like, no, he stinks, interception machine. And my point to you is, who's a better option? Who's better? Like, Joe Flacco's toast. Cam Newton is broken. Andy Dalton has never really accomplished anything. Jameis Winston just threw for 5,000 yards. He led the NFL in pass, 5,000 yards and 30 touchdowns. He's 26 years old. He's in his prime. Physically, he can. I know he can. Would it benefit him to sit and learn from Drew Brees and watch Drew Brees and maybe develop some better habits and to learn from Sean Payton? Sure. And if that works, where next year you look and go, maybe he could be a guy. Maybe. And hopefully the LASIK helps too. Josh Long, if Hester gets matched up against Scone, Hester wins. Josh, just to take any of the drama out of this, I'm not going to get past this round because I'm going against Rivers, and Rivers is the OTB producer, and the OTB Twitter or the OTB fans who are voting on it, and I'm not going to beat Rivers. So I'm surprised because basically everybody on my Twitter feed yesterday was our coworkers dumping on me for everybody to vote for Madison. So I'm a little surprised I even got past the first one, but there's no way I'm getting past this one because I'm going against someone on OTB. Like the finals are going to be Jordy, T-Bob, Rivers, and probably Flynn or Hester. That depends on how it all breaks down. Like the two stars of the national championship team and the staff members from off the bench are going to be the ones in the mix for this. It's just the way that that's going to go because of who's voting on it. Irfan Sayad, what's up? Danny Brabham, what's up? Nick Morrell, what's up? Matt's coughing. I'm okay, Nick. It's probably mostly just there's yogurt in this, and I think that coats my throat. It's when I'm coughing up a little bit. And I worked out this morning. Hey, Twitter world. Huh? No, I'm not coughing. I'm clearing my throat because I've got that in the throat. Flynn Foster's watching. I think this is the first time that Flynn is watching Morning Scone.
Wow.
So Eric is here.
Really bored today.
I don't know. What that's so. So I was mentioning this earlier. Viewership. So Eric is here. If you want to do Ask E-Rock, fire away. You want to ask Eric anything, fire away. Viewership is up 60% right now.
Awesome.
Just think about it. Everybody's at home.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's at home. So,
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Trivia. Carter, of course, is the first. Ask E-Rock. Do you feel safer with bald head, tough guy Matt walking around the house?
No, I feel scared. Like he's gonna punch something.
Why do you always think I'm gonna punch something?
Because that's what all people do.
Let's see. Jay-Z says, do you think the Saints take a quarterback at any point in this draft? I do. And I would not be surprised if they did at 24, by the way, if the right person is there. But I do think they will take a quarterback, yes. And they'll take one next year, too. Kevin Gallagher, what's up? KC. Well, I knew him as KC back in the day. From Steve and KC, the Morning Dudes. And also Kevin Carlisle from B103, continuous off favorites of today and yesterday. The all-new B103. Off topic, what do you think about the NBA wanting to finish off the season at some point and that season colliding with football?
Candace said June. June 1st.
That they'll resume June 1st? Well, I'd be okay with that. I don't think they're going to be able to resume the regular season. I think there's just a guess that if they pick up in June, that they pick up with the playoffs. Because I don't know, just they start with the playoffs with the standings as they are now.
I don't really care about that. I just care that if he's right, then hopefully all this will be over.
Yeah.
During May then.
Oh God, it better be.
Maybe Wuhan just lifted their restrictions.
Okay.
It's been 6 months.
I don't worry about Wuhan. Trying to get some college football in this piece, you heard?
I know, but I'm just saying, like we're worse than them in Italy.
Russ Mick said, "Sup, bruh? Sup, Russ?" All right, let's get that little Ask E-Rock.
You get mad at me for doing that all the time.
What?
You do it the whole show.
What?
Bad.
When do I get mad at you?
You're always like, can you stop making that noise?
When do I say that?
You said it the other day.
No, you were sucking on a peppermint.
No. That was another time. This was just good.
Brandon DeVille, Condon doesn't get along with too many people on Twitter. That's what Twitter is. It's kind of a contentious platform. Adrian Jean, good morning from the west side. What's up, Adrian? Good morning. Courtney Store, good morning from Lake Charles. Let's see. Bubba, Condon has spent his career endearing himself to one half of his listeners and pissing off the other half for eternity. That's a good way of putting it, Bubba. That kind of is Condon. He is polarizing. You either love him or hate him. Watch that dry cough, man. People are going to think you're the devil.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. I'm not coughing. I'm clearing my throat.
Okay.
Like, it's not a cough. I don't have. I know the difference.
What's a dry cough that comes with the Rona?
Did you say Rona? You call it Rona?
Mm-hmm.
Erica's a little obsessed with coronavirus.
I'm not obsessed with it.
You're a little-
I'm just
you're a
tired
little
of it. No, I'm tired of it.
Kelly Gross, good morning. All right, Erica's here. Y'all fire away. Flynn Foster said I voted for you. Flynn voted for me in the.
Aw,
So Flynn,
thanks,
you're
Flynn.
you're the one.
Aw, thanks, Flynn.
Josh Long, so you're saying the fix is in. Josh, I'm not saying it's a fix. It's just like you're going to their core audience, which follows their show's Twitter account, and putting the Twitter poll on their it's just how it's okay. It's just how it's gonna go. Like it's gonna be Jordy and T-Bob in the finals. It'll be Hester against Jordy in the semis, and it'll be T-Bob and I don't know how it will work out. It'll be T-Bob and Flynn or T-Bob and Rivers. I guess it'll be T-Bob and Flynn. So it'll be the two national championship stars and the two hosts of OTB. Like that's what it's gonna be.
Who cares?
They're asking me.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, it's fake, right?
Yeah. You should definitely watch the Avengers movie. All right. E-Rock is about to quarantine Matt out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
E-Rock is the Wilson of morning scone. That's good. You kind of are. Like from Home Improvement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just hear your voice. We should put you on camera like this.
No.
Okay. Ask E-Rock, are you going to let Matt keep the bald look?
I don't really have a say in it. Don't really have a say.
Craig Schilling, Chris Ray, what's up? All right. Ask E-Rock, what task have you been putting off but have completed since you've been stuck at home?
I really haven't been stuck at home with free time because when I'm home I have Drew and usually he's glued to me. So nothing yet, honestly.
Pete Giardino, ask E-Rock, will the school year resume or not?
My opinion, not a fact. My opinion is no, there's no way. But that's just my opinion. That is not a fact. I don't see how the CDC gave us the 8-week guideline. That put us at...
Tweeted out, Erica, broke news.
No.
School will not resume.
No.
Counselor at St. Jude says.
Not a fact at all.
Jeff Brenner, what's up, man? Charlie Cavell, ask E-Rock, how's she managing to keep Drew calm and entertained when he can't go to Albertsons or ride elevators?
It's very hard, and now they've closed the park in our neighborhood
that sucks.
no one went to but us. We were the only visitors to the park ever, and now that's been caution taped off, and Drew can't go anywhere. He can't go to his therapies that he loves. He can't go to his stores, and he doesn't have the cognitive awareness or the cognitive ability to even try to explain it to him. So we just keep going to Mimi and Papa's house constantly. And right now he's thrilled with that. They got a new swing at their house for him, so and he loves my dad's truck. So right now that's the only thing he gets to do.
Poor Bud.
But
Poor Bud. Ask E-Rock, do you think Michael Jordan goes around punching people because he's bald?
I don't know if he looks angry bald though. You've got that big brow, that shelf thing we talk about, that shelf.
I have a shelf right here.
Yeah, and so I don't think I think the shelf makes the anger.
Ask E-Rock, best way to pass the time while practicing self-quarantine?
Ugh. I don't know. I really don't know.
Josh Back, what's up? Said I finally made it during the live view. Good to see you, Josh. Thanks for watching, man. Russ Mick, ask E-Rock.
What? Is it bad?
No, can OTB kick rocks?
No, I like them.
I like them too. I love them. They're my people. Jordy was
you.
Jordy was over here on Saturday night. And T-Bob and I are fine. We just like our bit.
I like them.
Me too.
I baked brownies for Jordy.
I know. I thought they were for me.
No.
You saying you wouldn't have baked them if Jordy didn't come over?
Nope. Well, and Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
We're having guests, so I baked brownies. I wouldn't have, if it was just you, I wouldn't have baked, because you'd have been like, why'd you bake brownies? We don't need that, so I baked them for the guests.
True. Daryl Fontenot, how excited are you about the Emmanuel Sanders acquisition? I love it. I think it's awesome. Talked about it a bit before. Also, I have a video on YouTube, on that Further Review YouTube channel. It's my take on the on the Sanders signing. Craig Schilling, to your point, Rivers 63%, Scone 37%. Told you. It's not surprising. Like, it's what's going to happen. Corey Gotro, what's up? Kevin Graham, good morning. Brian Wynn, ask E-Rock, toss dive with 2 tights or 4 wides with an RPO?
Oh, Lord. I don't even know what that means.
So toss dive would be like the Les Miles play where they would just run it between the tackles.
Don't like that.
4 wide is like 4 wide receivers. You fake and you throw.
Yeah, you better throw it.
Yeah.
Throw it. On some action.
Yeah, action. How about Jalen Rose thinking football wouldn't affect viewership for basketball if they went into September? I personally don't agree with this take. Yeah, Brandon, I agree with you. I think that's silly. Football in our country is king. Now, the thing to keep in mind, though, is if you're talking about the NBA Finals, the NBA Finals might still do well. Like if you just look at baseball, for example, the World Series played in October. I mean, there are many World Series games that are played on college football Saturdays and NFL Sundays. So, and those generally do quite well. So I wouldn't be surprised if the NBA Finals did well, and they could also be midweek games. It could be played during the week and not necessarily just on a weekend. So I think that could be true. But if you're talking about the other, like the playoffs generally, because they're so long in the NBA, when you got to win 4 best-of-7 series, it takes like 2 months for the playoffs. So the rest of the playoffs building up to the finals, I think, would not do well. Walking through the store with an allergy sniffle gets you the look of death. The Rona got people out of their minds. No sports got me out of my mind. Flynn Foster, please keep saying the name Flynn. I like it. See, I think you're talking about Matt Flynn in the bracket. But Flynn, why wasn't Flynn in the bracket? Why wasn't Flynn Foster in the bracket?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Dan Ducote, what's up? Can E-Rock make a camera appearance?
Not without hair and makeup. And there's no hair and makeup right now. I did the day we took family pictures.
Morning, we have baby goats if you want to bring Drew. Stephen Mintz, they have baby goats.
Aww.
Do you want to go see baby goats?
Oh.
He may think it's funny.
Or
He
he
may
may hate
he
it.
may he
You
may
never
not
know.
even notice.
Yeah,
Like
right.
you could walk him right up to the fence and he may just be like, "Twinkle, mommy's phone." It's like, there's baby goats. Twinkle, mommy phone.
Even yesterday, the ducks were eating the crackers and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't even think he saw them. Like, he didn't even notice them. I know.
Day 1 of lockdown. Ask E-Rock, aged whiskey or aged rum?
Rum. I do not like whiskey. Nothing brown.
Oh, rum's brown.
Is it?
Yeah.
But I prefer that. It's not nearly as strong.
Okay. Ask E-Rock, can we get daily uniform breakdowns now? I guess there is dark rum. There's like spice rum. I guess there's probably clear rum too. I bet.
Yeah. What about there's clear rum.
Like Bacardi. Is Bacardi clear? Oh, what did he do?
Well, he's threw up. And
Oh, Bubba. Come see.
that's how we got him,
Huh? Hey, Drew. Cali High! Didn't get him. That's a little smirk. Mwah. Ask E-Rock, can we get daily uniform breakdowns?
Of what? There's no uniforms right now.
Ask E-Rock, did they eat all the brownies on Sunday?
Saturday? Yeah, I think there was like 2 left.
There you go. Yeah. Ask E-Rock, what's Matt's best dish that he cooks?
He's great at picking up takeout.
I can cook. I don't cook.
Yeah.
But I like to grill. I'll grill.
Yeah.
But you never eat, Erica doesn't eat meat.
I do.
So it's,
I'll eat a burger.
Erica will eat a burger as long as it's charred.
Yeah.
Like,
Extra
no red at all. Not even the slightest bit of pink. It better be beige all the way through. Let's see. Extra prayers for E-Rock and Drew this time. You too, Matt. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. Mark Carline, Brandon Rishu, what's up? Maybe another day for E-Rock. We got a while. Maybe to come on.
Yeah. Mimi has come over, see you.
Ask E-Rock. Mentioned Pawpaw and she whose name can't be mentioned. Are we allowed to say, well, you put Pawpaw. Are we allowed to say Pawpaw? Because you can't say Mimi.
You can say Mimi.
Can't say Mimi.
Yes, you can.
Nobody can say Mimi.
Yes, you can.
Can't mention Mimi.
Hey, buddy. Okay, you want me to go find poetry show? Okay.
Ask E-Rock, how do you eat your steak?
I don't eat steak. If I did, it would be extra well done with ketchup.
Ask E-Rock, does SVP look tough to you?
No, it's awkward.
See, another bald guy. Anyway. Terry Vitito, good morning. Hey, Nan, good morning. Todd Dupuy, good morning. See, it's this. This is what's making me clear my throat. Where's the fun in that? No references to wrestling finishing moves. True. All right. Ryan Ulf, what's up? Y'all think we're done? I think comments, questions done. I need to get up, go shower, need to get up to Guarantee, prep for a show. Got to do a little Locked On podcast today. I always like the House of Pain jokes. Y'all are crazy. All right. Y'all have an awesome day. Appreciate y'all for watching. As always, please hit the share. As always, please like the Brock page. They're tagged in the post on Facebook. Shout out to my YouTube peeps. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do that. Appreciate that.
Are we done?
Also, I think so.
Okay.
I think we're done. She should have left it as I don't eat steak, saying extra well with ketchup made my chef OCD flare up.
Sorry.
Did you say that? Extra well with ketchup?
Mm-hmm. You didn't get it.
That's what Lauren does too. Remember the time we were at
I don't think she does extra well, I know.
We were at Dickie Brennan's,
yeah.
and Lauren asked for ketchup. Our steaks came, and then she's holding service, like, I'm sorry I have to ask. He goes, steak sauce. She goes, ketchup. It's like, oh God. Does this mean Mimi from the top rope is back in play?
Just Mimi. Just normal Mimi's back in play. Just Mimi. That's all it is.
Oh man, that's funny. All right, we're done. Y'all have an awesome day. Shout out to Brock. 7 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. They're all over the place. So go check out Brock if you need orthopedics. Here's hoping you don't, but if you do need an orthopedics, their after hours clinic is open as well at Blue Bonnet and Perkins inside of the Surgical Specialty Center. Great partners of ours, have been for a long time, so appreciate Brock. All right, y'all have a great day. Locked on LSU coming up later today, and AFR 3. See y'all. Wake up.
Hi, Drew.
Hi, Drew.
He threw up.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.